Hey, family, what's up? This is Pastor Chad, and I'm going to be starting a new segment, which is today is day one, and segment one. It's called Something to Think About. It's not going to be a formal message. It's not going to be this long, exhaustive, theological type, heavy, uh, multi-directional sermon. No, it's going to be a quick little nugget of information, and I'm going to call the segment Something to Think About. And it's really just that, something to think about. You can look around the world today and there's a whole bunch of problems, right? And that's a real popular way to think about it. It's a problem. It's negative. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to hurt. It's going to, and get real big, scary, overwhelm yourself, and then just walk away from it because you don't want to deal with it, right? And I mean, you can do that. That's true. But this segment, I'm going to be driving the statement, God will not protect you from what he's going to use to perfect you. Okay. And that's going to be the hinge point. I have a trade that I've learned and picked up, and it's training dogs, right? That's something I enjoy doing, and I'm certified to do it. We have a dog at the house here that I'm living at. We named her Baby, and I worked and trained her, and it's been a blast. I loved it. I mean, it was difficult in the sense that it was frustrating and it took a while, and there was a process that had to go in it. And there was times it was hard that I didn't want to do it. But that dog would not be able to be a good pet unless some of the commands that it has been taught to follow have taken root. If they wouldn't have, and I wouldn't have put the time into it, then she would have been just wild and nuts and all over the place and not able to be controlled, not easy to be affectionate with, totally rowdy and wound up. But where I'm going with this, before I get off and rambling too much, is the process that I went through to teach her the basic commands for obedience, which were sit, stay, come, leave it, and up for hugs and affection. And then even the system we use to treat, or I use to treat her and reward her, she would be just that. She would be some total just loose cannon. It was frustrating for her in the manner that she was trying to learn. She wanted that treat so bad. She wanted to learn as much as I wanted her to get it, if not more. She's a very food-driven dog, so I mean, yeah, you can see how it was frustrating. She just wanted to get it right, and she just wanted to get the treat. And as soon as she figured out that if she did it right, that's what would happen, she really started trying harder. And you can see the frustration on her face as she was learning this stuff. But because she went through the process and she really stuck with it and continuously worked on her, I can tell her to sit from anywhere in the house that she can hear me. And 8-9 times out of 10, she would get it. She'd do it. But it's because she went through the steps it took. She dealt with the discomfort. She dealt with the frustration. She dealt with the not knowing. She dealt with the confusion. She dealt with all that uncomfortable stuff, just like I did, to get her where she's at. Well, it's the same thing with God. There are paces we have to go through, and there's stuff that we have to go through and endure to get to the place where God needs us to make that next step. And and there are sometimes it's easy. There are sometimes it's easy, but there are sometimes it's not. So the next time you see a problem coming down the pipes, I would suggest, maybe even implore you to look at it like a potential for growth, and prayerfully and carefully, I say that again, prayerfully and carefully go through it, looking for the point of learning and what's necessary for the change that you need to make to happen. Problems can be catalysts, but the way to learn or to teach is in conflict. That's the best place, because then it's easier to be cut and dry. All right. Now, again, God will not protect you from what he's going to use to perfect you. So the next time you see a problem coming, or you're in the middle of something, give it a minute. Stop, hold, pray, and figure out what God needs from you in it. So there we go. That's been something to think about. I'm Pastor Chad saying you guys have a nice evening. Enjoy your Sunday, and God bless.